Hello. Hi, welcome back to Sips with Fitz. Today we're going to be doing a recipe for homemade meatballs, as well as trying a Pinot Noir from the brand Acronym. You'll need about a half a cup of milk, or 4 ounces, and a full cup of Italian breadcrumbs. I only did a half a cup here and had to add more later. And just let the breadcrumbs soak in the milk. You can add some greens to this with some spinach. 1 pound each of beef and pork ground. Just wash up between each step. I added all my seasonings at once just for ease. Now add the soaked milk and breadcrumbs. Now you can add the shaker can of Parmesan, but this was a special dinner, so I got the fancy shredded kind. And then just mix to combine it all thoroughly. If you think you've over mixed it, you probably haven't. It's okay. I had to then add the rest of the cup of breadcrumbs as well as an egg. This helps the meatballs hold their consistency, and again, just mix it all up. Since I was mixing on my stovetop, I waited till now to turn the oven on and lined a baking sheet and just started to shape the meatballs. I honestly made them a little big, only because I had a lot of meat and only one pan. By the time these were halfway through cooking, I actually ended up cutting them in half.
Anyway, I started blasting. Bang! Wow. Bang!
So yeah, I forgot the garlic and the meatballs, and we're an anti-Dracula household, so we have to add fresh minced as well as dried minced, and mix it up again, and then I just start patting them out again, or I guess balling them out. I put on one of my favorite true crime YouTubers. The channel's name is Noor Jasmine, Noorjasmine. She creates a lot of really unique content and cover stories that you don't really hear about. And there's one case right now that's getting a lot more traction called the Daybell case that she covered extensively before anybody else was really talking about it. There was just a little bit of the meat mixture left over for me to make a little tester patty. I went ahead and chilled the meatballs and put them in the oven after a little bit. Made my tester patty to try out, and now it's time for the actual sippage. The plan had been to pair this with our pasta tonight, our pasta and our ravioli, or our pasta and our meatballs. But I put it in the freezer last night to chill because I'm a baby and I don't like warm wine. And it looks like it froze and the cork came up the top of the bottle. So it's probably corked and gross and ruined, but it was like $10, so it's fine. Honestly, I don't even know if it was that much, but this is our sip of the video to keep with the theme. I have a glass in our Amber Ruffin Show glass. You can get it on the NBC store. This is Velvet Pinot Noir from Acronym. With Acronym wines, the only shortcut is the name, not the flavor. We believe wine shouldn't be complicated, so we've crafted flavorful California wines that make choosing the perfect wine for your style preferences as easy as can be. Acronym wine doesn't require interpretation, just simple enjoyment. Acronym Velvet is a soft, complex Pinot Noir with velvety notes of ripe blueberry and baked cherry pie, nicely complemented by a delicate acidity and a crisp finish. I'm 29 and I don't know anything about wine because as soon as it was legal for me to drink, I went straight to hard liquor. I was a Jack and Coke kind of girl. A lot of that was due in part to the fact that I just didn't really like the taste of alcohol, and I could mask the burn of liquor that didn't really taste like anything. I was in college, so it was like I can't buy it by the glass when I could just do shots and be good to go. Also, I used to weigh like over 400 pounds at one point. Not saying anything about that, just it's a fact. I was larger and my alcohol tolerance used to be much higher. I had weight loss surgery though. The way my body digests sugars and alcohol in general, wine gets me fucked up. So a little goes a long way. Again, this is not going to be a very fair review of this wine because for one, I don't like wine. So it might be a really good wine. I just don't like it. It smells like wine. I can already tell I'm going to hate it. The first time I had red wine was we were performing as like this dinner that they had for benefactors, basically, of the music and arts program. It offered us a drink during the cocktail hour, but we were like 20 years old. So we were told on the sly by someone that if we wanted, we could order like a glass of wine with dinner. So I texted someone that I was talking to at the time who was a little bit more seasoned than me and asked what wine I should get with dinner. The last time I had been to that dinner, they had had steak cooked super rare. So he said a Merlot. We ended up having chicken that night with like a mustard sauce, and it was really creamy. And that Merlot did not do it for me. So I've just always had a bad association with red wine ever since then. But then white wine, I'm just like, oh, this doesn't taste like anything. That just tastes like grape juice. This tastes like soda. So usually I like a sweeter white wine. So getting a dry red. But the internet told me it would be a good option for a red sauce, beef and pork meatball with cheese ravioli. Enough delay. We're gonna sip it. Oh. I'm such a baby. Like, part of it is good, but there's such an overwhelming, like, astringency. And again, it's a cheaper wine. I froze it last night and then thawed it out on our countertop, and the cork came up, and it probably had the cork in it because the cork was soaking wet and there was wine everywhere whenever I took it out. So this might not be what this wine tastes like. But Jesus. All right, waste not, one not. We get a piece of ice. That ice was kind of slushy because it was little chunks left, so this will help me tolerate it a little bit better. Oh my goodness. Why did we do that? Why is this mommy juice? Mommies, are you guys okay? This is what you needed? Enough for me. Look how my face is so red already. Like literally, I can't tolerate it. My stomach is like, what are you doing? I have a little tester meatball that got super burned up. The other ones are in the oven baking. I would like to try and have everything done around the same time. That's not a shadow, it is just that dark. It is cooked in the middle. Pork just freaks me out. Like, I'm always so paranoid I'm gonna undercook pork. And it's like, it's naturally already kind of like pink, so like, I don't like cooking pork. It is really well seasoned. Wow. I'm gonna make Chris try this. Well, really good. Let's make pasta. Let's check the meatballs. pasta. Meatballs are turning gray at this point.
It looks wonderful, all spick and span. Oh.
Dinner is served, madam.
Moment of truth. Oh man, these meatballs are really juicy. Those are really good. I cut up a little bit more spinach on top of the ravioli. Those aren't bad. Could be a little warmer, honestly. Now they got cold while I was heating up the sauce. Pretty good. I'd say they're pretty good, and I'm just like, they are really good though. And added some of the fresh Parmesan on top and the spinach. So the other half of this video was going to be a Goodwill shop with me and a haul, but this is going up on Tuesday when it should have gone up on Saturday because the software that I use to edit my videos was giving me a lot of trouble. So instead, that will probably be the main theme of the next video. Will just be a compilation of the last 2 or 3 Goodwill trips that I've made. I'll probably just make that the central focus of that video. And this one's just gonna be a recipe and a sip. So until next time, thanks for watching. So long, farewell to you, my friends, until we meet again.